Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and the weekly analysis video. I was not able to do the weekly analysis video last couple weeks. I was busy on the weekends last couple weeks, so I was not able to do them. So let's jump back in and see where the markets are on the charts. I'm still a little sick, so I do want to apologize in advance for any coughing I do during this video. Okay, so let's start with the S&P 500. This is a daily chart. We're on a very bullish run right now. We're at the all-time highs. This is the daily chart. This is the weekly, and this is the monthly. So we broke through this high, and we're sitting at all-time highs. What are we gonna see this week? Um, no one really knows, but looks bullish right now. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so well, looks like if we take this green bar out, if we take it out, we're probably going to go all the way down to the 200-day moving average, and looks like there's resistance right at, say, 40, 48.35 or so. So if we do take it out, lower prices. This is on a 4-hour chart daily. Yeah, so if we see, a red bar taking out this green bar, lower price is coming. Same thing on the weekly charts, so the whole week would have to be erased. And the monthly, so but the month just begun. So let's do the Nasdaq. Let's start the daily, just like the S&P 500. We're sitting right at resistance. It failed to break through it. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. So if we just see a little pullback and then higher prices, we're going to break through them. But then again, if we take out this green bar with one strong move to the downside, we're going to the 200-day moving average, most likely 17,100 or so. So this is the 4-hour weekly chart. Um, it formed a bottoming tail. So and the monthly chart, same thing like the S&P 500. The Dow Jones, pretty much probably same. All indices look, they're very bullish. Let's see, this is the daily chart. Just like S&P 500 and Nasdaq. The 4-hour chart, pretty much the same pattern. And the weekly chart, same thing. So same thing applies to Dow Jones. Russell 2000 is a little bit different. Um, it did struggle to get above the 20-day moving average. But what I noticed is this um, wedge that has formed. So it stayed inside the wedge. So if we see a breakout to the upside or breakdown, we're going to the 200-day moving average. This is the daily chart. Okay, so let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Same thing. I mean, you can see this wedge that we are stuck in. So um, it's gonna stay probably inside it and then break out or break down. So let's watch what happens. Let's do the weekly chart. Let me erase the drawing here. On the weekly, we are above the 200-day moving average. So, and this was a strong move to the upside. So, and it's underperforming versus the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and S&P 500. So, probably uh, higher prices but no one really knows. Yeah, on a monthly chart, this is a strong move. I mean, it just broke through the resistance and down, and now just pulled back. And um, I would not be surprised if it went higher for Russell 2000. Crude oil. This is the daily chart. So the 200-day moving average, it act as resistance. It tried to break through it, but then it just came right back down to the 50 and the 20-day moving average. Now, on Friday, it broke through. Um, but the thing again, also, as you can see, I see this trend line that it hit. So let's take a look on a weekly chart. Yeah, this is ugly. The 200-day moving average is acting as support, but it just erased this big green bar off of the 200. So if I had to bet, I would probably bet to the downside on a weekly chart. On the monthly chart, let me just remove this. It's sitting right at 200-day moving average, and it's still above the 50. So it's kind of hard to tell what's going to happen because the time frames are conflicting. So crude oil, let's look at the 4-hour chart here. Yeah, it's sitting. See, it's sitting again with this trend line. Um, so we might see a pullback to the upside. If we take out this red bar right over here, if we take it out with a nice one or two bars, two green bars, higher prices, okay? But if we don't, we just see a little pullback to the upside and then slam right back down. That would probably most likely happen. Let's take a look at the gold. Let's do the daily chart first. We're kind of stuck in this range. We are staying above the $2,000 for gold, um, and we are staying above the 200-day moving average, the 50 and the 20. So let's see what happened. What it looks like on a weekly chart. I like I like the prices on the higher side for gold on a weekly chart. The moving averages are rising, and the price of gold is above them. On a monthly chart, yeah, it looks like we're sitting right at resistance. It's having a hard time to break through. Um, so um, hard to let it. I mean, I like higher prices on the weekly chart. So let's see what happens. Let's take a look at the silver daily chart. See, when I saw this bottoming tail, the green bottoming tail, I thought higher prices would we would see higher prices, but this one bar just almost took it out. Um, but then again, if we like tomorrow Monday, if this bar gets erased and we see a nice green bar, we're probably going to see higher prices, if not continuation to the downside. But we are sitting right at support. I mean, look at all these support levels: 1, 2, 3, 4. So we might see, I don't know, move to the downside a little bit and then fire back up. So this is the daily chart, weekly chart. Um, yeah, we are below the moving averages now on the weekly. So that would indicate probably lower prices. But on the daily, we are sitting right at support, a lot of them. So the monthly chart, we are right at 50 and a 20-day moving average and above the 200. So if we see a nice move back up and takes out this green, I mean the red bar, that would indicate higher prices, but we might see just a chop but this is on a monthly chart. We just uh, here on February 3rd, so we got a whole month ahead of us. Okay, let's move on to Bitcoin. Let's go with the daily chart. Reset this chart here. Um, so I was expecting Bitcoin to move down lower after this rejection of 50,000, and I was expecting prices to hit at least 35,000 or so. But then we had this move, and this red bar got eliminated, and now we are right at just above the moving averages. Just keep in mind this is the forex side, and these are still live. This is the forex prices, forex chart. This is the futures of Bitcoin. So let's just stick with the forex right now. This is the daily chart. So um, let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, the weekly looks bullish with the bottoming tail. The 20-day moving average is rising, but this red bar will be problematic to um, go higher and get to 50,000 on a weekly chart. So let's take a look at the monthly. Yeah, we might see a pullback on the monthly chart. I mean, it struggled. It rejected the 50,000 price. So if we see a move back down to, let's just say 36,000 or so, that would not surprise me. Uh, so let me see again, daily chart here. Yeah, so we would need a nice strong red bar and break through this 20-day moving average to go back down, or a nice green bar formed right off of the 50-day moving average to the upside. That would indicate higher prices. Okay, and let's go with the dollar, the US dollar. I mean, look at this green bar taking out this red bar, and now we are above the 200-day moving average. I see higher prices for the dollar on a daily chart. The weekly, we are just sitting right below the 20-day moving average. Once we break above it, higher prices will be seen on this chart. And the monthly chart, same thing. We took out this red bar, and now probably be moving higher. So that would indicate if the dollar goes higher, the precious metals would be seeing lower prices because they usually trade in opposite directions. Um, but again, nobody really knows what's going to happen until it happens. So nobody can really tell the future. So we can only see what these charts really tell us and what has happened in the past. So um, the daily chart, okay, let's go back. Let me see here in the 4-hour chart. Let me look at this green bar. It just erases all this action. All this is just taken out. So I see higher prices, definitely. Might see a little pullback and then higher prices. Yeah. And that's last but not least the bonds. This is the TLT. So I expected kind of a continuation of this bullish move, but Friday it just came back down. Why? Because in the weekly chart there's a 50-day moving average is acting as resistance. So let me go back to the daily. So now if we see nice bounce again off of the 200-day moving average to the upside, we're going to probably break through the 50 on a weekly, and also on the monthly chart you can see these two green bars are very powerful, and now the 20-day moving average is acting at resistance. Um, so we might break through and hit, let's just say 109, 110 on a monthly chart. Okay, so this is not going to be, this is not going to happen on one day or a week. This is, we still have 3 weeks or so in February left. So, um, yeah, I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. So I would be long on bonds. So let me take a look at the 4 hour chart. Yeah, this was a big pullback to the 200-day moving average, but now it's the 50-day is reversing, forming a cup. So higher prices. I mean, this is going to be hard to take out this red bar, but um, shouldn't be a problem for the bulls. So that's it for this week. Please like the video, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from this content on my channel. Thank you and see you in the next video next week. Take care.